Mike Sabin.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. I just want to pick up on a few points that Mr. Little has actually raised there, and he made comments to the effect that basically what we should be doing is removing the attractiveness of gangs, and I couldn't agree more with a member with that regard. And actually it's interesting to note that the police in their submissions to the Select Committee also agreed with Mr. Little's sentiments. They said, "Sir, the bill is welcome in that it provides recognition in principle of the seriousness of the New Zealand gang problem. The provisions will be of some assistance in reducing the attractions of gang membership and the intimidation felt by members of the public and government employees, sir." So actually, the point that Andrew Little raises is a very good one. It's just that for some reason they philosophically can't find themselves to actually vote for it. They're struggling to find the arguments as to vote against it. And I want to pick up on some comments that Darian Fenton mentioned about wanting to get on this list, sir, wanting to get on this list, that would be some sort of badge of honour, sir. And that actually goes to the heart, sir, of what a gang patch is all about. So what do people have to do to earn a patch? Well, they can start at the lower end with an aggravated robbery or some GBH. They can move their way up the scale, sir, with a pack rape or something of that nature. If they want to get an instant patch, it's a homicide, it's a murder. And they'll do their lag, they'll plead guilty, they'll do their lag and earn their patch. Because, of course, prisons in New Zealand have often been seen as some sort of almost a learning institution for the gang fraternity, sir. Because inside those walls, that's actually what they do. They practice their gang skills and their networking and so forth, and it's just good to see some great leadership from Minister Tolley in terms of making it a lot less comfortable for gang members to perpetuate their functions from within inside the walls of prison. But, sir, the point I want to make here is, in terms of earning the gang patch, it means the world to them. And as a police officer, removing a gang patch from a gang member, taking that away, and generally it can only be done, of course, if it's used in the commission of an offence in some way and it becomes evidence. But, sir, this bill will give the police the ability to take that away just by the fact that it's been worn in a government premises or a local authority premises. Sir, but the significance of that should not be understated. Gang members would rather die than give up their patch. Indeed, sir, there are gangs who will kill instead of let someone depatch, which gives some indication of how important it is to have that. And so the point that Darian Fenton was actually raising actually works against their own argument, because what it says, sir, is actually gang patches are very important. Therefore, it is very important to make sure that the New Zealand government and that the New Zealand public deny them of every opportunity to wear that patch and intimidate. And Sir Darian Fenton goes on to say, oh, but you know, they can't wear it inside the building, but they can wear it on the footpath outside the building. Sir, but if Darian Fenton took a little bit of time to have a wander through the Crimes Act 1961, what you'd actually find is there are all manner of offences that actually rely on proximity as an ingredient of the offence. So one has to be on public property, step inside the house, immediately they are not committing the offence because they are one step removed from that public place. And sir, this bill is no different. So I'm baffled as to see why she is trying to raise the idea that inside the building it's an offence, outside the building it's not. There's plenty of other tools that the police can actually use if they want to remove a gang patch in terms of the criminal offending, because in my experience, actually, when you see one or two gang members hanging around, generally they're committing offences. It's just a case of finding out which one it is and locking them up for it. So what it seems to me is that what we've got here is a Labor Party struggling to find reasons to vote against it. And they've also talked about we should be doing other things. We should be building houses, we should be growing the economy. But why do those members vote against every effort we have to do that? And then come in here and disingenuously say, oh, if they were serious about it, they would do something about jobs and houses. Well, stop voting against them then. New Zealanders have so woken up to that approach. The only people that will be supporting this Labor Party, sir, will be gangs. How ironic.
Members, we come to the vote on Part 1. First, we have Richard Prosser's amendment to Clause 4 as set out on SOP number 253. The question is that the amendment be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Is that party votes called for? Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First. Maori Party.
Toko toru e whakaheana. Toko toru e whakaheana.
Mana.
1 opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
Honourable Peter Dunn.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 69, the noes are 51. The amendment is agreed to. The question now is that Part 1 is amended stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 in favour.
Maori Party.
Toko toru e whakaheana.
Mana.
1 opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
Honourable Peter Dunn.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 in favour.
Any other votes?
Members, the ayes are 69, the noes are 51. Part 1 is amended will stand part. We now come to debate on Part 2. This is clauses 6 to 9. The question is that Part 2 stand part. Call